Hey guys, so it finally happened as I was editing my last video that I just posted, my Ready Player One video, which you should go check out. It's now on my channel. The Justice League trailer, I think it's technically trailer number 3, was just released at San Diego Comic-Con, and it is absolutely phenomenal. It's probably one of the greatest things I've ever seen. It has everything that you really want. It has references. There's a point where Alfred references like the Penguin. There's pretty badass action shots of pretty much every League member. Cyborg gets a cool shot where he like inserts like his hand sort of thing into the computer and sort of takes it over. There's some great stuff from Batman, of course. Flash is great. Wonder Woman has some really great action scenes. I think Wonder Woman was more of the highlight of this trailer, mainly on piggybacking sort of off of her success and of her own standalone movie that just came out a few months ago. I think that was really the main emphasis. But pretty much every single character got their due diligence. I mean, the only person that was really missing still was Superman, but I think it was kind of teased at the very end that he was coming and that I guess for some reason he just showed up and started talking to Alfred. For some reason, I guess he shows up at the Batcave. That's what the impression sort of is. Maybe unless it's like Nightwing or someone else, but it's pretty obvious, I'm pretty sure, that it's Superman, because there's even like a Godzilla Jurassic Park like water shaking cup that upon his entrance. So I'm pretty sure it's Superman. But something that was really interesting, two actually main points. One, we get our first sort of action scenes of seeing Steppenwolf for the first time, and that's pretty badass. He looks very he looks massive. He looks like he's going to cause a lot of havoc and a lot of damage. And which only leads me to think that when Darkseid comes, maybe in the future Justice League movie, it's going to be 10 times what's going to be happening in this movie. And we know that there's a lot of destruction in the DC universe with Superman and Zod's battle, and then Doomsday caused a lot of destruction in Batman v Superman. Now Steppenwolf is going to blow that out of the water, and Darkseid, I think the world might crack in half. But it looks like they're going to have some really hardcore battles with parademons as well as with Steppenwolf, which should be pretty epic. But something else, that there's a line of dialogue that Steppenwolf uses that says there's no more Kryptonians and there's no more lanterns. So obviously there's some sort of hint to Green Lantern that's coming soon. I still have my hope in my theory that eventually towards the end, maybe they'll beat Steppenwolf or be at the end of about to beating Steppenwolf, and then they're going to be like, whatever, something happens, and then Green Lantern sort of comes out of nowhere or has his appearance, and he comes down to Earth, or once again, maybe Hal Jordan, I'm not sure which version they're going to go with. He'll essentially arrive back to Earth, contact the Justice League, and be like, hey, now that you guys defeated Steppenwolf, there's this big badass character named Darkseid, and he is coming fast and hard because he's heard what you did to Steppenwolf, and now he's coming for you guys. So be on the lookout, and I'm going to help you out as best I can. Because obviously, if Steppenwolf knows of the existence of lanterns, most likely so does Darkseid. So the Green Lantern Corps does exist in this universe. We just haven't seen it yet. And so we're kind of just waiting for that, I guess. But this film looks like it's going to be the most epicness of all epicness. I mean, it's phenomenal. I'm almost speechless. It's kind of a long trailer. Like I normally do, I'll leave the link to the trailer down in the description box down below for you to check out for yourselves if you haven't seen it yet. But it's phenomenal. I mean, this is my most anticipated movie of this year, and it still is. There's nothing that's going to change that. I mean, Star Wars is very hard competing with it, but I think Justice League just beats it out just a little bit. I'm still going to be very optimistic and hope for the best. This movie is going to be absolutely everything that I want it to be. You're always going to be concerned that DC had rushed so much into this as opposed to Marvel, who really built this over time. But I think even DC knows that, and they took a stab at that towards the end of this trailer. There's big letters right after like the Justice League sort of banner that says Justice League. It says all in. Like literally they're saying like, this is everything that we have right now, and we're throwing it all at you. We're not going to build every character movie by movie. We're just going to go all in, and this is what we have. And that's actually pretty awesome of them to do, in my opinion. Scary, yes, because they haven't had the character building that Marvel's done. But I mean, we are all so familiar with superhero characters, and these ones specifically. right now that I think that it's just sort of not necessary kind of to do those origin stories, but at the same time, we're probably going to get them in the future anyway. Speaking of origin stories, the character, the shirt I'm wearing right now, Flash, has some of the best lines, I think, of the entire movie. I mean, Batman, Wonder Woman, Cyborg, and Flash are all sort of up on a rooftop. Oh, I think Aquaman might be there too. But they're all up on a rooftop talking to Jim Gordon, who, by the way, played by J.K. Simmons, looks pretty effing epic, if you ask me. But it looks pretty awesome, and so they're talking to him, and he sort of does his turnaround, checks the sky, and like looks out at the city, whatever, brooding. And then he turns around, and everyone is gone except the Flash. And he's just sort of like, oh, wait a minute, like I guess everyone's gone now, and that's really rude. And then he like takes off running. It is perfect. Like, I'm not going to say that this movie is going to be the absolute perfect thing in the world, but damn it, does it look like it's going to be such a great time at the movies. Overly CG, probably, but I think that's kind of something we've gotten used to now with the whole Zack Snyder universe. But this movie just looks phenomenal. Everything, the character building, I can't wait to see not only what happens in the movie, but what comes out of it. How it's going to impact each character, where each character goes from here. Will we get the Watchtower in the future? Will we get, obviously, Green Lantern, I think, is going to be coming, because even Jason Momoa posted a picture Comic-Con that had the DC banner with every single character of the Justice League, including Green Lantern, was in the background. So, I mean, it's very possible that Green Lantern is coming. I'm still sticking with my theory that he's going to come at the end and be warning them about Darkseid coming, and then he'll get his own movie and be more introduced in the second film than in this one. But Superman coming back is probably the biggest worry that we have right now. Like I said, I think he sort of comes back at the end, but why he's talking to Alfred instead of finding somebody else in the meantime is a bit odd. But I'm just so excited for this movie. It looks so good. I don't really care what you say about Batman v Superman. I liked it. I liked Man of Steel. I liked Wonder Woman. I like the DC universe, and not anything against Marvel, but they're doing things that I think that Marvel's kind of afraid to do because they're so more family oriented and not willing to take those bigger risks and leaps and have those darker characters with dark pasts or real troubles that they're going through. I think DC's willing to tackle that, and that's something that I absolutely love. These are characters that are going through hard times of various instances, and so you really sort of relate to them on some sort of level. Maybe not necessarily on the superhero level, but always there's something you can relate to. And that's so important when you're making a superhero. That's what makes Spider-Man so relatable, because you feel like you have been him in some point of his life. And that's what's so much fun about these characters. And they're so funny. They're so charismatic. They're brooding, which is pretty awesome. Batman looks badass. The suits, the whole style of the movie, I just love it so much. But I don't really have much else to say. I mean, there's going to be 8 million videos of Justice League on the internet, probably by the time that I post this in like 20 minutes, whatever it may be. So I don't know if this video is going to get lost on the internet or what, but I'm super excited for Justice League. I can't wait to see it. Like I said, I'll leave the trailer link down in the description box, as well as while you're down there, leave a comment. What you think about Justice League. Has this further instilled your hope in the Justice League and the DC Extended Universe? Are you really excited? I know I am. I've been excited ever since Batman v Superman, even though people didn't like it. We're just so excited for Justice League. It's hands down my #1 movie of the year. And I haven't even seen it yet. So we'll see how that goes. But I want to know your guys' thoughts and opinions. So leave a comment down below, as well as leave a like on this video if you feel so inclined, as well as hit that subscribe button, because I have a ton of videos that I just posted, all trailer reviews, Ready Player One, which you should check out, Bright, The Snowman, Shape of Water. I've posted so many videos over the last few days. Make sure you subscribe, because I'm probably going to have some other videos coming out soon in relation to those. So make sure you have subscribed so you have access to that content. But other than that, guys, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I hope to see you in the next one.